Hi guys, and welcome to a new video. Today I'll be showing you guys how to paint this city lights landscape. For this painting I'm using my Miya Himi gouache set, and the rest of the materials will also be listed down in the description. Starting with the sky, I'm going to mix in some black and ultramarine blue. This is going to be a pretty dark shade, so I'm using more black than the blue. I'm sorry for being a bit inconsistent in my uploading videos. I've been trying to set up my Etsy shop recently and it's taken up a lot of my time, so after all that is done, I really hope to come back to making YouTube tutorials more often. I want my sky to transition into more of a teal bright blue, so I'm just going to keep adding more of the ultramarine blue and more white as I go down. From time to time, I also spray my paint with just a bit of water, just to keep them wet and easy to use. Now I'm just adding more and more jade green to my mixture here and adding more white. For blending the sky, it really helps to just go back and forth with the same pattern across the page. Now I'm going to use some black to make my mountains. This is pretty rough as it's going to be a silhouette and I'm not going to be adding any sort of detail. This was my first time trying to paint like a city under the moon, so I was kind of having a hard time trying to decide how to go about it. But for the bottom section, I just decided to add a mixture of some black and the earth yellow. I'm adding more of the earth yellow in the middle of this section, since that's where most of the lights will be shining. Now I'm just going to splatter some stars on my sky using just pure white. I've seen many people use different ways for splattering stars, but for me I just use a brush with some white paint and a good amount of water and just tap it against another clean brush to get my stars. For my moon, first I'm just going to go in with a simple layer of pure white paint. I find it kind of hard to layer in gouache, maybe because I'm still quite relatively new to it. I decided to add a little shooting star. The sky was kind of blank, so I think it looks better now. Now I'm just gonna add some simple pattern dots and small lines to give the impression of a city. For this, I'm using a bit of lemon yellow mixed with some white and also some medium yellow. These lines are pretty random, and I'm making a couple of really long ones to show that there are roads going across. Now that the first layer of my moon is dry, I'm going to add another layer with just white paint to cover up some of the black that's still showing. For the darker parts of the moon, I'm adding some of the ultramarine blue. For this, it really helps to look at a reference picture of the moon. I try to replicate a picture as best as possible, but it doesn't have to be exactly the same as long as it looks similar to the moon. Even though I was looking at my reference, it was kind of hard to really create the effect of the moon, but I think it didn't look too bad at the end, so I was pretty satisfied with it. I'm definitely going to try and make more realistic moons in the future, because I mean they look really pretty and everything, but also I really want to get better at painting them. After my second attempt at trying to paint the darker parts of the moon, I decided to just use some water to blur out the edges of the parts that I painted. I feel like that really helped make it look more realistic to me, at least. I also just used some pure white to paint in a bit of the craters on the moon. Thank you for watching this tutorial. I really hope you enjoyed it. Do let me know in the comments if you have any questions or anything else to say, and I will see you guys in my next video.